In this hadith, Abdullah ibn Umar narrates from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, a story about 3 men from the previous nations who were traveling. They took refuge in a cave for the night, and while inside, a large rock fell from the mountain and blocked the entrance, trapping them inside. They decided to invoke Allah by mentioning their righteous deeds so that He might relieve them from their predicament. 1. The first man. He had elderly parents whom he always served milk before anyone else, even his own family. One day, he was delayed in returning home and found his parents asleep. He waited by their bedside with the milk until they woke up. Even though his children were crying in hunger at his feet, he prayed to Allah by mentioning this act of piety, and the rock moved slightly, but not enough to let them out. 2. The second man. He loved his cousin deeply and tried to seduce her, but she always refused. During a severe famine, she came to him for help, and he gave her a large sum of money on the condition that she would allow him to be with her. When he was about to commit the sin, she reminded him to fear Allah and not violate her chastity unlawfully. He left her and the money without doing anything. He prayed to Allah by mentioning this act of piety, and the rock moved further, but still not enough to let them out. 3. The third man. He had hired some laborers and paid them their wages, but one of them left without taking his pay. The man invested the laborer's wage and it grew into a large fortune. After a long time, the laborer returned and asked for his wage. The man gave him all the wealth that had accumulated from his original wage. The laborer initially thought he was being mocked, but the man assured him it was all his. The laborer took everything and left. He prayed to Allah by mentioning this act of piety, and the rock moved completely, allowing them to exit the cave. This story illustrates the power of sincere good deeds, and how they can bring relief in times of hardship.